Hey there, this is Ill Factor. In this video, I'm going to quickly show you how to create a drone pad and some atmospheric soundscapes from scratch. This has been a helpful practice of mine, especially when I'm confronted with some writer's block or just in an inspirational funk. I tend to do this to help kickstart my creative juices and just venture, just get lost in creativity by just messing around with some of these soundscapes. So I hope it does the same for you. And at the end of the video, I'm going to share with you a way that you can actually download a free Ableton Live set to help you get your creative juices flowing as well. So let's go ahead and dive right in. So we're just going to be using a simple 2-oscillator synthesizer. And if you're following along using any other DAW, Pro Tools, Fruity Loops, whichever DAW you're using, you could just use any 2-oscillated synth and the same principle will apply. You can achieve the same effect. So let's go into our instruments folder in our browser and choose analog. Drag and drop that to a MIDI track, and there we go. Now we're just going to be doing some minimal tweaking to the analog just to get the source of the sound right, and then we'll go ahead and put the effects processing to achieve the drone pad sound. So right now I'm going to focus on the filter frequency. I'm going to shave off some of the high-end frequencies just to give it some overall tone and texture. Maybe just a little bit of resonance. And then next, I'll go ahead and add some white noise to that just by enabling the noise and choosing the color or the frequency spectrum range for that noise. And then just go ahead and lowering that in the mix. Cool. Now, a couple of things I'm going to add on to that is I want to give it some modulation, some movement, just so that it's not just a sterile, simple tone. We're going to add some pitch modulation to give it more of that analog gear type vibe. So I'm going to enable the LFO1, go back to the oscillated section right here, make sure that's highlighted, and in the box in the middle, we're going to go to pitch mod or pitch modulation LFO1 and just assign a little bit of the pitch modulation to go to LFO1. So just a little bit. And then over here, we can determine how fast the rate will be affected. Just a little bit of movement, and that's going to help in the long run. Then I'll go over here to the sub and just crank that out so I get a little bit more low end on the tone. A sub octave. And there you go. Now, the magic really happens when you start to add the effect processing to this. So we'll go over here to our effects, audio effects folder in our browser and just throw a ping pong delay. And maybe just about that much. I'll leave it in the standard setting, just eighth note. And then a reverb, just plant the reverb right there and just a little bit of that dry wet. And now all you're really doing is just triggering and tweaking the sound to your own liking. But this is a really great way to just start tampering around and creating some nice soundscapes. Now, from here on out, it's going to be pretty much personal preference. I mean, you're going to be messing around with some of the parameters on the analog, getting that first initial sound that you're looking for. But the real big help here is with that delay and reverb, giving you that nice lush sound. And so there's a couple cool things you can do. Once we have that that first bass there, I can add a filter at the end of everything and bring all the high end from that sound down and just keep this pad much more in the background. So just by filtering it out, we get that feel. And also you can mess with the LFO on the filter itself, crank some of that amount and give some cool little vibes here. And this is a really good way just to kind of, tinker around with some soundscapes and kind of get lost in the moment here. But I typically like to do this just so that I can come up with some, and the good thing about this, I'm just really pressing 2 notes. And so I'm not really doing a lot of the chord structures and chord progressions that I would normally gravitate to. And so just even messing with one note and just kind of messing around with that can really help steer me in a nice creative direction to kind of either resample that or just base a song idea off a pad riff or chord progressions that I'm doing off of here. Well, I hope this video was helpful for you, and you can let me know by mentioning it in the comment below. Also, let me know what you'd like me to focus on future upcoming videos. And you should subscribe to this channel so you can stay up to date when I release those videos. Also, I've got a lot of exciting things I'm going to be sharing with you in the near future, so please be sure that you're staying up to date. Hit the notification button so you can stay up to date with what's going on this channel and everything I've got coming up in the near future. So, as my gift to you for watching this video, I'd love to give you a free Ableton Live set with transition effects, some sounds, loops that you can use in your productions, also some effects that I've created that you can use as well. So go ahead and click the link below in the description box to get that free Ableton Live set. It's completely yours, absolutely free. You can even use some of the wave loops that are in there. If you're not using Ableton Live, you can use that in your Pro Tools, Logic, or Fruity Loop sessions as well. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.